All right, let's talk about something huge. If you think getting found online is still just about ranking #1 on a search page, well, we need to have a chat. AI is totally changing the game. It's turning search into a real conversation. So today, we're going to break down the new rules of the road and show you exactly how you can win. So think about this for a second. When you ask an AI for a recommendation, how in the world does it decide what to tell you? It's not magic, I promise. What's really happening is these systems are scanning, well, basically the entire internet, piecing together a profile of your brand from thousands of different signals. And figuring out that process, that's the absolute key to getting noticed now. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll nail down this new AI search problem that every brand is facing. Then I'll introduce you to a really powerful two-part framework to tackle it. We'll walk through each of the two playbooks, getting seen and being trusted, and then wrap it all up with how you can actually put this stuff into action. Let's do it. Okay, so we are on a completely new battleground for brand visibility. Seriously, this isn't just about optimizing your website with the right keywords anymore. AI has created this sort of invisible layer where decisions about your brand are being made before a customer even has a chance to visit your site. And really, it all boils down to two things. There are two main ways your brand can pop up in an AI's answer. The first one is a mention. The AI literally names your brand as a good option. That's all about being seen. The second is a citation. This is when the AI actually links to your website as a source of proof, and that's all about being trusted.
Now here is where it gets really interesting. When you dig into the data, you see this huge gap. Research shows that most companies are either mentioned or they're cited, but very, very few manage to do both. You see that tiny slice of the pie? The brands that are both mentioned and cited? That right there, that is the massive opportunity we are talking about today.
So, the big question is, how do you close that gap? Well, the answer is a clear, systematic approach called the Seen and Trusted Framework. This isn't about trying to trick algorithms or chase the latest trend. It's about building a really comprehensive brand presence that these AI systems simply cannot ignore. So to put a formal definition on it, the Seen and Trusted Framework is a method for earning both of those things, the favorable mentions and the authoritative citations. You can think of it like a dual-pronged attack. It focuses on building up your public reputation and your factual authority at the exact same time.
So how does this whole thing work in practice? Well, it breaks down into two separate playbooks that you got to run in parallel. First, you have the Seen playbook. This is all about winning the sentiment battles so you get mentioned. Then you have the Trusted playbook, which is for winning the authority game so you get cited. Let's dive into that first playbook, getting seen. I want you to think of this as the sentiment battle. It's all about influencing the public conversation that's happening around your brand, because that is exactly what these AI models are listening to 24/7. You see, an AI doesn't just crawl your homepage. No, it goes way deeper. It digs into the messy human corners of the internet to figure out what people actually think about you. It's scanning G2 reviews, it's reading Reddit threads for complaints, it's looking at best of lists to see who the pros recommend. This is where your brand's true reputation is being built. And here's a perfect example of just how powerful this is. Take the form builder Tally. Their co-founder said they simply made a point to show up on places like Reddit, answer people's questions, and just be human. And the result, AI-powered search became their #1 channel for getting new customers. Just incredible.
Or think about a company like Patagonia. They absolutely dominate searches for things like sustainable brand, right? But it's not because of some massive ad budget. It's because their customers have become their storytellers. Years and years of genuine, user-generated content and social proof have built this powerful story that AI systems now recognize as the truth.
Okay, so that's how you get seen. But remember, that's only half the battle. Now we've got to talk about winning the authority game so you can become a trusted, citable source. This part is all about proving to the AI that your brand is a definitive source of facts.
See, when an AI needs cold, hard facts, it turns to what we can call the citation core. This is a pretty small group of websites that it considers the default sources of truth. We're talking about the big ones, like Wikipedia and Forbes, but also super credible niche sites like TechRadar or Bankrate. Your goal is to either get cited by these guys or become one of them yourself.
So how do you actually become one of those trusted sources? Well, it's a mix of technical stuff and content strategy.
First, you got to get your own house in order. That means an easily crawlable site and making sure your info on places like Wikipedia is 100% accurate. Then, you be radically transparent. Publish your pricing, build out exhaustive support docs, and finally, and this is the real power move, create original research with unique data that makes you the source everyone else, including the AI, has to cite.
I mean, Apple is an absolute masterclass in this. Their support pages are a citation goldmine. And why is that? Because they answer very specific problems with step-by-step clarity. So when an AI needs to explain how to fix an iPhone setting, it goes straight to the source, because Apple has made itself the most reliable authority on the topic. Period.
And look, it is absolutely possible to nail both of these playbooks. Check out the cybersecurity company SentinelOne. They are constantly publishing original research and threat reports. What does that do? It gets them mentioned in conversations about security, and it gets them cited as an authority on the data. They have found that rare, powerful sweet spot. All right, we've talked about the problem, we've gone through the framework, and we've broken down the 2 playbooks. Now, let's bring it all home and talk about how you can actually start putting this strategy into action. Like today. Here's your simple 3-step action plan. Step 1, audit. You have to know where you stand right now. How is AI talking about you today? Step 2, build. You have to start running campaigns for both the seen and the trusted playbooks at the same time. And step 3, monitor. This world changes fast, so you've got to track your progress every month and be ready to adapt.
But let's be crystal clear about something. This is not just a marketing job. This isn't just an SEO task. Winning in the world of AI requires a coordinated, company-wide effort. Your customer success team is driving those reviews. Your product team owns pricing transparency. Your PR team is getting you on those best of lists. Everyone has to be rowing in the same direction.
And you know what the best part is? Right now, this AI visibility window is wide open. Very few brands have figured this out yet. That means that smaller, quicker companies could actually outmaneuver the established giants. The opportunity is sitting right there, and it is truly anyone's game.
And that leaves us with one last thing to chew on. As AI becomes the main way we all discover information, we have to ask ourselves a new question. Is your brand's overall reputation, what people are saying about you all across the internet, now actually more important than just your simple ranking on a search page? Something to think about.